You're listening to littlepodcast.com.
Will you be able to gaze into anyone's eyes again after it? I question it.
It's got a fart hole on it too.
Yeah. I licked Shakespeare's birthplace.
Honestly, I want to try a deep fried Republican senator now.
Matt,
Why they changed it, I can't say. People just like it better that way.
You've just exposed the simulation. Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 389. I'm your host, as always, John_Danger, joined by my co-hosts,
Matt_Hag.
TJ May.
Spanky works. Just Spanky works.
No colon or backslash or anything in there.
I don't use backslashes because I run a Unix-based operating system, so slashes are the path separator.
What is your thought on comma separation or tab separation for things?
Well, if you want to know the actual...
Do you hit tab indent or 4 spaces indent at the beginning of a line?
Yeah, what do you do?
So here's the thing. In my code editor, I use tab, but it actually puts in 4 spaces.
Thank you. Tab is the correct answer.
It does not put in tab characters, but I do use the tab key.
Mm-hmm.
So half and half on that one. Now, as far as comma versus tab delimited, it depends, right? In numerical data, comma works fine. Character data, you better be fucking using tab. Because especially if someone else is entering data and they're going to be like, you're going to find some dude that's going to be like, what's your name? Fucking works, comma Spanky. No.
What if your name is tabbed? Then that just fucks everything up.
Yeah, what if your name is tabbed?
My name is _.
Yeah,
Literally
I'm John
just an
Tab
underscore.
Danger.
Nope.
Really fucks
I'm
it up.
Dash, but I'm like that special kind of Dash character that's a little bit longer, and it's really like a different
the
character.
N-dash.
Yeah.
The
N-dash.
So once you get married, you'll be married to a Mrs. Dash.
Yes.
Hey,
Hey.
TJ,
Hey
you said you had a
TJ,
story.
what's happening? What's
I do
going
have
on?
a story.
Why is every time I look at you, Woody is staring into my soul. You have a poster of Kingdom Hearts and it's got Woody.
The weird thing is, every once in a while, it winks.
Yeah, you gotta get that checked.
Dude, we got a Wink and Woody on stream today.
It winks from his belt buckle.
Yeah, TJ, stop showing your Woody on my stream.
Oh. So, I've got less of a story and more of 3 highly specific emails I got in the past 9 days.
Okay.
All right.
Which the email subject header is my username, May84, at least for this email it is, colon, a password I used about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That I used to use pretty commonly, but I stopped using it pretty quickly.
So this is like, I've seen this. This is like a password that got out in some kind of data breach, and it's just connected with your username.
Yeah. So the first email like this that I got, every word in the body text of the email was separated by a letter, but when you looked at it in rich text, the letters that were used as spaces were the color of the background, so they would kind of blend in.
Okay.
But this one, it's just
So it was like an
regular
invisible ink email.
All right. So
Also,
read
rich text is short for Richard text.
Yep.
He used to go by Dick Text, but you know.
Dick text is something else entirely.
Yes.
Sexting ruined that nickname for him. So
Yes.
he goes by Rich Text now.
Yeah.
All right, so the email goes as follows. I am aware, redacted, is your password. I need your 100% attention for the coming 24 hours, or I may make sure you live out of shame for the rest of your lifespan.
Wait, so he's going to make you live out of
play
shame.
a game.
Yes.
Well, that's good. You're not going to be ashamed.
Hello, you do not know me, yet I know just about everything about you.
Ooh.
Your Facebook contact list, mobile phone contacts, along with all the virtual activity in your computer from past 163 days.
Well, I like the generic time period there.
Exactly. consisting of, your self-pleasure video footage. Which brings me to the primary motive.
Self-pleasure video footage.
Yes.
There's the episode title.
Which brings me to the primary motive why I'm writing this email to you. I space apostrophe M, because of course. Well, the previous time you visited the adult material online sites, my spyware was triggered inside your PC, which ended up shooting a beautiful video of your self-pleasure play simply by triggering your webcam. Parentheses, you got a seriously strange preference, by the way, haha. End parenthesis.
I mean, we all know this about TJ anyway.
Yeah.
Of course.
Adult baby diaper lover, not everyone is on board.
ABDL. Are you down with ABDL? Yeah, you know me.
Only in 2D, not in 3D. Can't do it in 3D.
Fair enough.
I have got the entire recording. If perhaps you feel I'm playing around, just reply proof, and I will be forwarding the particular recording randomly to 5 people you're friends with. It could be
jokes on them. I only have 3 friends.
They've all seen me jack off before.
Can't be blackmailed if I don't have any friends.
It could be your friends, coworkers, boss, parents. I'm not sure. My software will randomly choose the contact details.
Ah, yes.
Will you be able
Software.
Will you be able to gaze into anyone's eyes again after it? I question it.
This is such good broken English. I love it. A gaze into someone's eyes.
Well, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that path.
TJ, that's the sound of you being hacked. You're being hacked!
It's hacking time. I would like to make you a one-time, no-negotiable offer. Get $2,000 in Bitcoin and send it on the listed below address. Are Bitcoin addresses, really long?
I think so. I think it's just like a long text code.
Okay, Here we go. I'll just say it on stream just to screw up whatever's going on here. It's BC1Q9EY6CHHMS EGFDXS6Y6N8P62KGGZD4U0LJQ7J7. Although they put 3 asterisks in it, and then afterwards it says case sensitive, copy and paste it, and remove the asterisks from it.
Okay.
If you do not know, Google how to purchase Bitcoin. Do not waste my important time.
Oh, that was the email. For a second, I thought you were telling me that.
Yeah.
Do you know my favorite part so far about this is that he's like, I got proof. I'm not going to send it to you. I'll send it to 5 random people.
Yeah.
But not to you.
Well, the whole thing with this is you're trying to find somebody that knows they have questionable shit in their browsing history. And it's like, oh, no, I can't let that get out.
But of course I do.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Anyway, continue, TJ. I think there's more.
If you send this particular donation, why don't we call it that? Immediately after that, I will go away for good and never get in touch with you again. I will remove everything I have got in relation to you. You may very well keep on living your regular day-to-day lifestyle with no concern. You've one day to do so, which is not a way I would use a contraction there. Yep. Your time begins as quickly you go through this email. I have got an special program code that will notify me once you see this email, therefore don't try to play smart. Now, of the 3 of these that I got, which were roughly this, because this was the most recent one, 2 of them bypassed the spam filter. So when I got an email that said my username and a password I definitely used in the subject header, I got scared for a second until I took about 20 seconds to research emails.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, I don't think people had this data on me unless they're the feds. I'm sure they've been activating my webcam and have been seeing.
Yeah. No, I got
bits of me.
I got the same kind of thing a while ago, and I had the same like reaction of like, oh shit, wait, no, never mind, I don't care. Even if they did have a picture of me jerking off, like, who cares?
So that being said, if any password manager wants to sponsor the podcast, I will gladly appreciate it. I will talk about it on every episode going forward.
Yeah, we can get some.
I think it's
let's
funny
get some
is
affiliate
like,
links.
Yeah.
What I think is funny is that it's like, all right, I got this thing where I illegally broke into your computer, and here's proof of me illegally doing that because I took like a sexual video of you without consent, and now I'm going to release it, which is obviously a fucking crime.
Yeah.
And then you're going to suffer for it. It's like, no,
well,
release it.
That's the con, though, right? They're trying to find somebody who like has been looking at like illegal porn or like snuff videos or something. Somebody who's just like so their social circle is so conservative that any porn is like bad. Because if you can find that person, they're never gonna talk to anybody after this. They're like, well, I lost $1,000, but I'm never gonna fucking tell anybody because it opens up a lot of questions.
It's not even about the sites, though. It's about, there's a masturbation video about me on the internet.
Yeah, that too.
You know, and to be sent directly to my coworkers. People have accidentally done that and survived.
Story time. One time, I worked at a pizza place. Won't say its name. But I had this coworker who was a dumbass. I'll just put it that way. So this is around the time Snapchat first added story. And me and another coworker, I didn't have Snapchat at the time, but my other coworker did. And so he was like adding new people and seeing their stories and whatever. Well, he added this other coworker who we all thought was a dumbass. And he's like, oh, he's got a story. I'm going to click it. And it was his dick. Like his story was his penis.
So he like tried to send it to somebody and he posted.
So at the time, Snapchat had like a send, and it would like say, who do you want to send this to? And like one of the things would be my story, and it would be checked by default if you weren't replying or there was something like that. So it was like any Snapchats you make that weren't replies would automatically have, like, you could uncheck it, but it had auto checked like add this to my story. Well, he had sent a picture of his penis to his wife on Snapchat, which is weird to me because they've been married for years. She knows what it looks like. What the fuck? But
just here's a reminder, just in case.
But it was on his story, and my coworker, without missing a beat, because this was before like you had replays of like even stories. I think you could watch once or something like that. Like this was early in Snapchat stories. Without missing a beat, was just like screenshot, and for that day onward, had fucking like dirt over him, and he's like, "You got to delete that picture." He's like, "No."
Well, yeah, because it sends a notification when you screenshot something, right?
Exactly. Like he wanted it to, because he's like, I want coworker dumbass to know that I have proof that he's a dumbass and put a picture of his dick on his Snapchat story. So that was pretty good.
And now you have it framed on your wall.
And then any time that he wanted to like a good Saturday delivery shift or something like that, he'd be like, "Hey, let me have that shift." I'll send her dick pic to people.
So that was like revenge porn.
It was, yes, it was,
and like blackmail.
Yes, it was.
We joke about it.
Would you be surprised if I told you that coworker, probably both of them, voted for Trump?
No, not at all. I just assume that everyone around you is like a hardcore Trumper because you're in the South.
I'm pretty sure Missouri went 72% for Trump in 2016, and I believe the number will get bigger. The percentage will get bigger in 2020. So
I'm sure it was only Missourians that were doing the protesting in Ohio and Michigan.
Yeah. It definitely wasn't TJ out there on the streets of Michigan. John, what the fuck are you doing?
Not there.
What?
You're just making shaking motions below where the camera can see. And I'm not sure what's happening.
I just noticed how absolutely filthy my keyboard is. And so I was shaking out the gunk from it.
I will PayPal you $5 if you eat some of that.
Oh.
Do it. It's probably mostly food.
It is guaranteed mostly food. Oh God, I'm really, it's bothering me. Let me just slide that underneath the. All right, now I can't see it.
So how's the quarantine treating everyone?
Well, let's do our customary intro music to the COVID update that we do every single time.
Yeah, the Matt has queued up ready.
Yep,
at all times.
Here it is.
This doesn't sound like the music I remember.
No, it's the Resident Evil music now.
Oh.
Dubstep Dragon Bats.
Yeah, so we're in the Resident Evil times now, I guess.
A couple days ago, the U.S. death count for a single day was double 9/11.
That's fucking crazy. I don't like that.
Yeah, I guess I could pop up the stats right now.
Here's an unpopular opinion. I'm not a fan of that.
I don't like this coronavirus, and I wish it would go away. Guys, anyone a counterpoint?
We could do an Imagine music video where we all just sing parts of Imagine.
I did see like a TikTok video, I think it was originally, where it's just this like drunk girl just being like, okay, this is just for the coronavirus. If you're not the coronavirus, don't listen to this. Stop it. And it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Sounds really funny, Matt.
Yeah, it's what's really funny about jokes is describing them to people.
Mm-hmm. Johns Hopkins coronavirus update. There are 2.3 million confirmed cases of the coronavirus.
Which means it's really about 4.5 million.
720,000 in the US of A. Let's zoom in on our member states. Let's see what they're doing.
You got to do 2 states for me.
Oh, I can't do states. Oh, wait, no, I can do U.S. map.
Go World of Meters. That one will split.
World of Meters is probably better. This is a cooler looking website, but this goes by county, so it's more difficult. Oh, my county's red. That's good.
My county's red too, but I think we're talking about different things.
Heyo.
No.
It's normally like a good thing if stuff is like bright red, right?
Oh my God! There's
on
like
charts
a
and things.
Cool infographic for each state or for each county.
My county still says only 1 confirmed case.
This is dude. This is okay. Just to no joking about. We're joking and whatnot, but the coronavirus Johns Hopkins University map is really cool.
Yeah.
Let me just show you. If you go do the U.S. map and you do counties. You can show by county like a status report with the demographics of each county and like what they have.
Ooh.
Like how many beds. Did you know that there's only 104 ICU beds in Dane County? That's not very many.
That seems like not enough.
For having 500,000 people. The fatality rate in Dane County is 5% as well.
What's the...
All right. So I go to coronavirus.jhu.edu/US-map.
Yes.
Okay.
Or
there.
Go to hemsworthfeet.world.
Yeah.
What if I made hemsworthfeet.world redirect to this fucking...
I think that sounds like a public service. Like if you want to get the word about
hemsworthfeet.world/COVID.
All right. Y'all.
But also the fatality rate of that's for the state. Sorry, not for the county.
All right, y'all. Here's a breakdown of where I live.
4.74 in Dane County. Difficult though with 359 cases only.
Get this, y'all.
It's a small number. Go ahead.
Okay.
I got to screen share.
We have 203 ICU beds, which doesn't surprise me because we have 2 hospital chains in the county.
200 in your county? How does Dane County have so few?
Well, this is where like we have Mercy Hospital and Cox Hospital. So there are
but like Madison alone has like 3 hospitals.
We have 3 hospital chains in Madison.
Yeah, but I mean, like we have a lot of basically in Springfield, you work at a university or a hospital or at Bass Pro, and that's pretty much it.
Okay.
It is a 9.2% fatality rate.
Oh, that's a bit higher.
But it is only out of 90 cases. So
the problem with the fatality rate, again, like has been I think brought up a lot, is that's only counted the fatalities against confirmed cases, and there's basically no way to get tested. So the only people that are getting tested are people that are going to the hospital with illness. So it's always going to be higher.
Fun fact. This is, I believe, not of people getting the virus, but just of people. Although maybe I'm wrong, and I don't know. Mm-hmm. My county is 89% white.
81% white here. So wow, surprised Wisconsin's a little bit more diverse than Missouri.
This is the whitest county in Missouri. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Because we have Kansas City and St. Louis, which are more diverse, but Springfield is the 3rd largest city, and it is almost completely white. We have 45,000 people above the age of 65.
That's
almost
a lot.
Almost 300,000 people total, so that's a pretty good chunk of people who live here that are over the age of 65. So that's a lot, and a 15.5% poverty rate. So 1 out of every roughly 6 people ish are in poverty here. That sounds about right. Yeah. So Springfield's cool. Everyone, don't come here. Stay the fuck away.
Yeah, I wouldn't go there. Anyway, so
the important part is it's really easy to tell who's poor in Springfield. Depends on how big their wheels on their truck are.
Yeah. The bigger the truck, the less money they have.
Yes.
Fun fact, Brad Pitt is from Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar.
He doesn't have truck nuts on his truck.
His brother Doug owns a technology company and supplies my apartment
Doug
with
Pitt's brother.
internet.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Doug Pitt.
Yeah.
Doug Pitt.
All right, sorry. Let's go. I'm on World of Meters, which is also
Wait. I just realized how funny Doug Pitt is as a name.
I like Doug Funny.
You get it? You finally get it? Because there's an undug pit, which is just the ground, and then there's a dug pit, which is the pit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway,
I'm going through the states here, and let's see which state is winning out of all of the states that we live in.
Winning as in most bad stuff. Okay, so like the opposite of winning.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So let's talk about Illinois is winning right now with 27,000 cases and 1,134 deaths.
To be fair, that's probably just because Michigan isn't testing people.
Michigan actually is actually winning. Sorry, yes, with 30,000. It's very close. It's a tight race between TJ's 2 states. Michigan has a lot of deaths. Actually, Michigan's tests they're doing 10,000 tests per 1 million people, which Illinois is doing around the same. So they're testing about the same rate. Let's see what we got. We got next is Missouri, which is now beating Wisconsin. It was behind. Came from behind, you guys.
They came from behind.
That's correct. They're testing 8,800 people per million with 53,000 tests performed. Wisconsin is got 4,000 confirmed cases and 200 deaths.
Is it insensitive to play this music while we're comparing stats?
Actually, I have a better way of doing this. Let's do case per population.
There you go.
Because like total cases is pointless. It's it's because the bigger states are always going to win. So let's see per capita, per 1 million people, how many cases are there? Michigan is winning quite handily with 3,000 per million. Illinois 2,000. Missouri is at 867 per million. Wisconsin's at 700 per million. So doing quite well. I feel like it's almost like Wisconsin was really quick with the stay-at-home order and did a lot of very quick, fast response to this, and we slowed down compared to some other Midwestern states.
You say that
did not do that.
GameStops are still open in Wisconsin.
That's fine.
But nobody goes into TJ.
They sell food.
TJ. Nobody's gone to a GameStop in like 5 years.
Yeah, that's true.
They sell food, such as like some stores have like
they have Funko Pop cereal.
Yeah,
to
and
be
also
fair,
they sell work from home equipment.
You can't go into I need to get my gamer girl bathwater for at home. You can't go inside a
correct.
Thing. No, the reason why I say this is because there are some states in the Midwest, like Wyoming, which is more west, but like North Dakota and Ohio, which didn't have a lot of cases. Ohio actually did do that. That's a bad example.
Well, Wyoming, it's mostly just like the population density is so low that...
Oh, correct. But they have more cases per...
Oh, really?
Than Wisconsin per million.
That's
so
wild.
Governor Mike Parson, who I've seen in person,
North Dakota as well,
because fuck him, is saying that Missouri is going to end the stay-at-home order on May 4th. So in like 16 days, a little over 2 weeks.
I'll be 36 years and a day old that day.
Yeah. So here's like the fucked up thing about that. Like
no. I actually have the answer. He's a huge Star Wars fan and wants to have all his friends over for a Star Wars party.
Yeah, May the 4th be with you.
May 4th, okay.
Yeah. That's what it is.
The fucked up thing is like with this becoming like a partisan issue, it's a certain side of the aisle that is like protesting these orders. And that's going to lead to a lot more people of a particular ideology getting sick and possibly dying, and that's going to have really fucked up consequences.
Honestly, if the coronavirus would be 0% versus 100% death based on whether or not you were a Republican, I'd be pro-coronavirus.
I I shared a College Humor video from last year, pre-coronavirus, about a virus that only affects boomers. Did I share that in the Discord? Maybe I didn't share it in the Discord.
I'm not sure. I might have missed it.
I'll put it in there.
Regardless, just some notes for positivity. It's very, very clear that social distancing has worked, because in Wisconsin they talked about how the doubling rate of the number of cases was 3 days to double the amount, and is now about 13 days to double the amount. So it's really slowed down. I actually have friends that work in the emergency departments of the hospital systems here, and they said they were prepping battle stations, and it turned out that they didn't need to use a lot of the additional emergency room space that they were preparing because of this, which is awesome. They did not flood capacity, and it looks like as long as we continue social distancing, it's going to slow this down a lot, which is great. So
it seems to have worked in Wisconsin to a degree where there's like it's easy to forget that, like it's easy to feel like disassociated from it, because it's just like a bunch of numbers on the screen for me. And like I luckily, knock on laminate, don't know anyone personally that's gotten sick or so like.
Well, when you think about it, that's 700 cases per million Wisconsin's at.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not very many. We did a really good job. I mean, if you were
I'm just hoping that we're not like, oh, it's cured, now let's all go party.
Well, there are some states that are thinking that way.
The other side of that is the fact that we're actually hitting the point where people are going to look back at this and be like, we overreacted. Not as many people died as expected.
It's the one up.
It was only on like 1 or 2 9/11s a day. Come on.
Well, it's like if you imagine the Titanic knew that the iceberg was coming and they steered away from it. And they're like, "Why did you panic about the iceberg? We didn't hit it." And it's like, because we didn't steer into it.
You fucking idiots.
we did things to stop it from becoming awful.
Yeah.
Look at something like Italy. They took way too long to get started with their efforts, and they overloaded their hospital system. It's something we didn't want to happen. And
plus, in Italy, all their respirators are full of marinara.
They call it the gravy.
Yeah.
They say
it's like on The Abyss, that fluid that you can breathe, except it's just marinara they pump into your lungs.
That's why they're all
my god. Honestly, this was a funny joke at first, but now I want to know where to sign up. That sounds amazing. Just like a huge bag of marinara that they just like give you, and it pumps all the marinara in you, but then it goes in reverse and sucks it back out so you can experience the marinara again.
Yeah, it's like it's like a dialysis machine, but instead of just filtering the blood, it just takes blood out and pumps marinara in.
Guys, I love marinara sauce so much.
That's my favorite.
I want you to know that I was planning on eating bratwurst tonight because I bought a whole bunch of it to make my order from Target equal $35 so they would deliver it. But now I'm ordering Domino's. I'm getting breadsticks and marinara sauce.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Domino's
let's take a moment to hear from our sponsor, Domino's.
Domino's has been the junk food delivery company that's benefited the most from me during this time.
Yeah. I have been trying to patronize my local chains a lot more.
You're just oh, that's really cute how you're trying so hard. You're really good at that.
I got some Pizza Pit for dinner last night.
Them.
Ooh. Because I wanted to.
Oh, but Pizza Pit's gross, though.
Oh, it's good. They have good pizza. And they have gyros.
I guess I'm just remembering Pizza Pit from the 90s. Pizza Pit from the 90s was the fucking grossest pizza in Wanakee.
This pizza's good. I think that they've stepped up their game, just much like how Domino's stepped up their game and made their pizzas better. I did order from them because they were just like sent an email to my account and were like, "Hey, we still need orders," and I was like, "All right, I could do pizza." Mm-hmm. And then there's a barbecue place in Monona, Fat Jack's Barbecue, and you can call ahead and they just bring it out to your car and you pay online. So that's awesome. We got some ribs. Oh. Mm.
So you've actually made me consider there is a local pizza chain called Papo's or Papo's or whatever. And I might patronize them. However, if they don't have cheap ass fucking breadstick garlic twists like I want, I'm going to Domino's. Because man, Domino's, you get those like bread like they're the twist ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
You get a whole bunch of them, and they come with marinara sauce, and you can get them as the 2 for $5.99 deal. Oh my god, they're so good.
Yeah. I mean, it is important to support local businesses in this trying time, and for me that has meant that my personal stimulus has gone mostly towards the local breweries because I want to make sure that they're still here. And actually that's a good y'all get your stimulus yet?
Yeah, and you're buying a gamer chair, aren't you?
I'm buying I'm buying a chair that will be good.
Can you show the video what your chair is currently? Because if I remember correctly, it's real bad.
It's just a random thing from Target. And this is what the seat looks like.
If I remember correctly, it's not really an office chair that you have. It is just
it's an office chair in the sense that it has wheels.
It's got a fart hole on it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt has farted a hole into it.
And I've already had to repair this. The back fell off of this chair.
Oh, wow.
And I had to bolt it back on.
So yes, that seems like an actually good purchase, not too splurgy. I have a purchase that I made. Let me just grab my flight stick that I now own.
Yes.
I've got a Cytec. It's a Logitech X52 Cyborg.
right.
for playing flight simulators and
John,
Elite Dangerous.
The important question. Does it have yaw support? Can you actually twist the stick?
Yes, correct. Yep.
Here we go.
Yaw control. Wow.
It's got yaw control. So, yeah. So you can twist the stick, yaw control. Here's the best part right here is that in Elite Dangerous, when you have to turn weapons on, you have to flip up the little safety switch and hit the button.
Oh, I've got some of those too.
Oh.
So, yeah, it's cool. And it's got yeah, exactly. And it's got this hat toggle here that allows you to move your like look around in the cabin, and like this is different weapon systems, and this guy turns up like I don't know. It's got a million buttons on it, and it's awesome. To go into hyperspace drive, you have to flick up this switch. It's really cool.
John, I'm so jealous.
Yeah, it's pretty bitchin'.
Having that makes it like way more tactile. And I was just watching videos of somebody playing a flight simulator, like a space simulator, and I was like, I gotta have one of those. It's $150. I knew I was getting 1,200. I was like, chalk 1,000 into savings for in case things get more rough. But I can splurge 150 on a flight stick to play some. And I played some Microsoft Flight Simulator as well, which is fun. I think it was on Steam on sale this week actually, and I was like, oh shit, I'll buy it. It's $10. So I have that. So
actually, by the time this quarantine's over, you'll be able to fly an actual plane.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
And you got 2,400 because you filed jointly with.
Yes, my wife.
Yeah, and as the man, you obviously control all of the money in the house, so you got $2,400 to play with.
Yeah. Well, I earn it; she spends it. Can we talk? I want to talk a little bit about optimism here with the.
No, I want to hear if the other two guests of the members of the podcast got their stuff, and if they have, or if they haven't yet, if they have any plans for it.
Yes. I do. And let me tell you something. It's a fork in the road. And I was talking with this about my boss because I have two perfect plans to survive.
Okay.
One of them, and they are completely like lawful good and chaotic evil.
Oh, so wait, you're going to keep your job or start an OnlyFans account?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So lawful good, I'm going to buy an exercise bike. Because I'm having trouble like telling the days apart. If I get an exercise routine, wake up, have an exercise routine, I'll not because I've already put on 6 pounds after this shit started. So like I'll burn that off, and then I'll have like every day I do a workout, so it makes the time not seem as discombobulated together.
The other option, crossbow.
Chaotic evil, kegerator. Getting a kegerator.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, the despair apartment. Or the party house in college that we used to go to had a kegerator. It was the fucking best thing ever.
So and they're roughly about the same price. So like the $700 is like for a decent kegerator and for a decent exercise bike. So you're looking at about $700. So I'm wondering like where is it going to go?
I really should actually buy an exercise bike.
Here's an important information that might help you with your decision. I have an exercise bike. I got it for $15 on Craigslist. So you can get both.
Right now, I've checked Craigslist, and Springfield has a local Craigslist. I've checked. No one wants to get rid of their exercise equipment during the stay-at-home.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's the only time people are fucking using it. They're like, well, I've got nothing else to do. I might as well use this thing that I haven't touched in 6 months. So I've checked, and it's been, like, I believe in the city of Springfield, there is no exercise bike.
That's fucking crazy. The gyms, when this thing's over, going to be really hilarious. Everybody will be all weak and tired and shit. TJ, do you have plans for your free government money?
Yeah.
Well, it's my refund went split account when we did our taxes. So
do you get any kind of bonus for kids, or is that just like not affected?
$600 per kid, I think.
Oh, really?
$1,200 per adult, $500 per kid. But it's all going to my wife's account because she was the first account.
My wife. For once.
So I'm gonna use this to segue into the fact that I'm at least. Well, things have slightly changed for me from last week to this week, related to this, but not related to this, but all of the above. So I spent basically 4 nights in solitary quarantine as opposed to being here with my stepdad and mom. Because I was staying up at a hotel in Marquette, Michigan, which is about a 2-hour drive from here. It's by Lake Superior. Because I am less in quarantine now than I was before, because I'm now working at a Dollar General. Which means I'm face-to-face with a bunch of people, which means I probably have the virus.
And like, your mom has some like respiratory issues and stuff, so you don't want to like cross-contaminate that.
No. What I do want to do is, I've only got 2 days off before I got to be back up there again. Is I kind of want to go to every Republican center, especially everywhere that they're protesting, and just, be like
that Utah jazz guy and touch all the microphones and shit.
Yeah, exactly. And I did talk about wanting to do a Kickstarter to fly to Washington, D.C. and lick every microphone in the halls of Congress and in the White House, because, of course.
I just want to lick Trump. Yeah, I'd probably get shot by Secret Service. I mean, come on.
I don't know. I think they intentionally miss you.
But the thing is,
the question is, would he taste like Cheetos?
That's what I want to figure out. W got a shoe thrown at him, and it's this huge thing, and you could find the video, and it was like crazy.
Yep.
Trump gets licked. Dude, I could sell that. I could live for the rest of my life on a book deal about how the man who licked the president.
Yeah. I licked Shakespeare's birthplace, so you'd have one up on me.
I don't know if that's a one-up or not.
I don't know. It was a reconstruction of his... Like, the original building's not there anymore, but I did lick a very old wall in Stratford-upon-Avon.
There you go. That's pretty good.
Anyway, how are you guys doing, though?
Drinking way more beer than I ever have.
Yeah. Samesies.
So, I'm okay today.
So you talked about gaining 6 pounds. I've lost 5 pounds.
But here's me and you are approaching this different, and I'll tell you what it is.
I'll tell you why I've lost weight.
I know, and I'll get into that a little bit. We used to have a grocery store here. Yes, but we used to have a grocery store here in Springfield called Lucky's Market. It's a Colorado-based, like, kind of upper-tier food stuff. So they sold like healthy food and grain-free stuff and whatever, gluten-free stuff. They had really good produce. They had like good coffee. Everything was a little bit more expensive, but they didn't sell like Diet Dr. Pepper in the store. Like everything they sold was some type of like kind of higher end, but healthier and good for you alternative. I got Greek yogurt from there all the time because they had the good shit, like the full fat, and like you could just water it down and use it for it was amazing. But it's a Colorado chain that expanded because Kroger invested a whole bunch of money in. And it was a good return on investment for Kroger, but not good enough for Kroger to want to keep investing. Like basically they were like, we wanted, 30% growth and we only got 18% growth out of that. So we're going to divest now after we've made money. So we only had the market for about, I think 3 years, maybe 2 or 3 years. And it shut down. And then almost immediately after was when the coronavirus happened. Like I think it shut down in late January. Lucky's Market did. So Lucky's Market, the brand, the chain still exists in Colorado. Basically every like Kroger funded expansion, they had to shut down. So we no longer have one of those. So the places I can get groceries from right now on delivery include Walmart, which I pretty much refuse to shop at even from delivery. Plus there's like Walmart is such a staple because we're close to Arkansas. That's where Walmart is. Basically we have like 50 bajillion Walmarts. But the problem is that since everybody in Springfield shops at a Walmart, the earliest delivery you can get is always like 4 or 5 days in advance. And I'm never have that much foresight when I order stuff. The second one is Target. Target has been pretty good to me, but they have like this weird thing where you have to pay $100 for a year and then $14 a month. And there's no individual delivery fee. So if you're ordering a bunch of stuff every single week, it comes out to being about $10 a week. And that's normal for a delivery fee, but like I live by myself, so
but
that
it's also weird that they have an annual and a monthly fee.
It's because it's through a different company, and that company does do things like Hy-Vee, etc. My local Hy-Vee, which we have one of in Springfield, does not deliver themselves. They deliver through that app. So I could potentially use it for both Target and Hy-Vee. Like, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. Anyway, what I'm trying to get at with this is that there's no place that really sells good food. Like, we don't have a Whole Foods or a Trader Joe's or anything. The closest thing we have was that Lucky's Market, and it's gone now. So the only thing I can buy is frozen shit or ingredient. And I've been doing that, but I'm a fat person and I'm from the South. So when it comes to like, what can I make with ingredients? It's like biscuits and gravy, French toast, buttermilk pancakes. Like, everything I know how to make is terrible for you. So I have put on 6 pounds since this thing started, just because I'm either eating frozen shit that's bad for me or delicious stuff that I know how to cook that's also bad for me.
Oh, man, I want some good biscuits and gravy right now.
Ooh, I can make some amazing... Dude, I cook it with bacon grease and throw that fucking spicy sausage in there. I can make some biscuits and gravy. I'll tell you what.
I can't make biscuits and gravy.
It's not actually that hard.
One of my favorite... It's not technically a Southern food, but I equate it to living in the South, in Mississippi. I love my fried catfish.
Yes, fried catfish is very good.
Catfish is great. There's something about all of the animals that live on the bottom of the water and eat shit all day. Like, they taste great.
Yeah.
Them, lobsters, fucking... Any bottom feeder is fucking delicious.
Honestly, I want to try a deep-fried Republican senator now.
I'm not a big crawfish kind of guy, though.
Yeah, crawdads, as we call them in the Ozarks.
So I think I've only had crawfish once, and it was at like a big crawfish boil event. I remember them tasting fine, but there's so much it's like all of the work of a lobster, but then you only get that much meat, and it was just like not worth it.
I as well just have a peeled shrimp at that point. Yeah.
I agree.
I will say that my key and to weight loss in the pandemic is I doubt I'm getting nearly as much steps in as I used to, but I don't eat as much as I used to, because when it was very easy to be driving home from work and just stop at the Quick Trip and buy some fucking garbage to eat, I would, or swing through the drive-thru at Taco Bell and get myself a triple lupa. I could.
Ooh,
now I just don't leave the house, so the food I eat is the stuff I order from Whole Foods now, because I get delivery from Whole Foods from Amazon. So it's all like, I mean, you still can eat, like garbage food from Whole Foods. They sell like fucking Oreos and shit, but
they got
mostly
good ass cheese puffs.
It's just isn't as much like fucking fast food that I'm eating. I've really stopped because I just don't feel like I want to leave the house.
I think that's a difference between you and me, is that I didn't really eat fast food before that. I just ate. I work at a university, so there's dining hall on campus. So I eat there for lunch every day because it's like $4.50 for a buffet. So didn't get fast food there, and then when I come home, I would usually I have an air fryer, toaster oven thing, so I would just air fry something.
Yeah.
And now all 3 meals are air fried frozen things, which consist primarily of either I'll tell you what, those El Monterey cheapo frozen burritos that they sell at most grocery stores and Walmarts and stuff. Throw that in an air fryer and it becomes an air fried chimichanga. Oh my God. Mwah. Put some enchilada sauce on it, that kind of thing.
Oh,
that's pretty good. And they do a breakfast burrito one too, so I cover those in salsa and cottage cheese and have a big old giant mountain of breakfast deliciousness.
Nice.
So I've been doing that, and pizzas are really good in the air fryer, and obviously fried chicken, frozen Tyson chicken strips are good in the air fryer. So I've been eating a lot of those. I've been eating egg salad sandwich. Egg salad sandwich is probably the healthiest thing I've been eating. But I also bought.
No.
I mean, no, the thing is I don't make them with mayonnaise, so they're actually healthier.
How do you
than
make an
might
egg
imagine.
salad sandwich without mayonnaise?
Yogurt. You just use
Okay.
yogurt instead of mayonnaise.
Oh.
And honestly, the way that I make it with dill and mustard and everything,
Yeah.
the mayonnaise doesn't. Yeah, the mayonnaise doesn't add much. Like the dill and the mustard overpowers the mayonnaise taste anyway, so it also overpowers the yogurt taste. And it's way healthier for you.
That actually sounds kind of good.
I
might
I've
have
been
to try
doing it.
that. Is it just like regular style yogurt, or is it like Greek stuff so it's sour?
So I will say that if you use Greek yogurt, it's better. But I've just been using the regular, like unsweetened plain yogurt, Dannon, just like the cheap stuff that you can get like a pint of for like $1.50 or something like that. I've been using that. The Greek yogurt is better, but like I said, I used to buy Greek yogurt a lot from Lucky's, and they've gone. So it's harder to find good Greek yogurt. Like the grocery store near me doesn't carry any like unflavored Greek yogurt, and Target only carries like the fat-free kind, which is, if I'm gonna buy yogurt, I want the fat in it. Like,
Yeah.
it's like whole milk versus 1% and skim milk. I've got a nutritionist or a dietitian friend, and she's like, whole milk is not like 100% milk fat. It's like 3.5% milk fat. Mm-hmm. So if you get skim milk, you're saving yourself 3.5% milk fat, and milk fat is good for you. Like,
Yeah. And it's fucking delicious.
yes. So it's like always buy. And now people who have lactose problems, not necessarily all the way to lactose intolerance, but are like mildly so, usually have.
We lost Spanky. Spanky's
wow.
dead.
He's got a really weird pause face as well.
Yeah.
The milk industry is coming for Spanky.
No, they
no.
they want to reward Spanky because he's you're back. All right, you froze.
What's weird is that I never lost you guys. I heard everything. Everything was fine.
No, you just froze up for a second. It was fucking weird.
That's crazy.
God,
Anyway,
I've just been researching exercise bikes this whole time.
the one, John, that I've been thinking about getting, it's a Schwinn AD2, I think.
But see, the thing is that I am 6'5".
Yeah, no. This is one, I believe it's adjustable and like.
Because
does it say in the fine print that it's for beefy boys, and that's spelled BOIZ?
Well, it just needs to have the ability to. The 82 is 400. It says.
Okay, then it might be the 86.
Okay.
So John, for you, is it more like you need to make sure that the seat extends high enough so that you have like room for your legs?
So yeah, well, if I go to the gym and use a recumbent bike, I usually don't have a problem. But there are some bikes where it's like, well, I can't get the seat to go back far enough, so my legs are kind of bunched up, and it doesn't feel as natural.
Yeah.
So
the
86
series,
600. Here you go.
Yeah, the Schwinn series, they're upright and they're fan bikes, which is good because fan bikes don't have a resistance to them. The harder you pedal, the more resistance there is. So it's really good for if you want to do like high intensity workout for 15 minutes, or you can go slower and pedal for an hour and like stay on it. And they're a lot more dynamic in how you can do your workouts on an air bike. They are typically more expensive though. Like I think you can get a recumbent bike for around $280 for the same price. Like
the Schwinn has recumbent bikes that are the 270 they have is 600. I think a recumbent bike might work better for me, being big.
See, I don't have a lot of room, so recumbent bikes usually take up a lot of room.
Yeah, I have an entire empty basement with no furniture right now because we still, having moved into this house, have a probably 800 square foot room that just has a television in it because we have been furnishing the upstairs first because that's where we spend more of our time. And so
sounds like you've got a VR room.
I could really, honestly. And I think I could put this bike in there. And I actually really do like this recumbent bike. I might actually buy it. It's only $600. And I mean, because we all just got $1,200. So,
yeah.
And I'm still working. I haven't been laid off or anything. So I still have money. The thing is I feel like I need to call them and ask them about the bike because I weigh more than the maximum weight on this, which I don't think is as big of a deal. I think they just throw that in there.
Yeah,
I think that's more for like.
Would you like to call the bike company right now?
Well, I was about to say I could probably email them Well, I just want to know if I'm 6'5", is this going to be a problem? Because I was looking at Amazon reviews and nobody mentioned their height. The best is when on Amazon when you write a question saying like, "Hey, I'm 6'5". Would this bike work for me?" And the first answer is, "I'm 5'7". I don't know what tall is, but it works for me. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't answer my question at all.
Thank you for your input.
Thank you for chiming in on that one.
You want to know what weirds me out is that I am 5'10".
Yeah.
And that's average height. Like that is like
everyone's
like, 5'10", that's average. But everything I ever use is too tall for me. Like bikes, if I ever go to a bike store, it seems like it's too tall for me. I can't see on top of my own refrigerator. I can't get in the cupboards on top of my refrigerator. Like there's so much shit that I can't do, and I'm like, I'm average height. What the fuck?
Honestly, I might just buy an elliptical. To be honest,
could you buy some sort of exercise unicycle?
The elliptical's only $900.
Here's the thing about ellipticals. You can't easily, well, you can, but you don't get the maximum like efficiency out of it. Play the Nintendo Switch while you're using one. You can play Switch while you're on a recumbent bike.
That's what
you don't want to get one of those bikes that also has like the arm things that go, because it will interfere with your ability to play games.
And that's the thing with ellipticals, right? And actually, the Switch might be different though, because you can take the Joy-Cons off and play them like that.
Thing, and I'm just,
or you take your hands off the thing. You've got the Wii Fit or what, or the Fit Ring or whatever it's called, and
which you cannot buy.
Yeah, that is stock everywhere.
Able to be purchased.
So the thing is that like after getting Animal Crossing, I've realized that about every morning, my current routine is I'll wake up. I'll make coffee, feed my cat, and I'll play Animal Crossing for about an hour. And I'm like, there's nothing stopping me from being on a bike while I play Animal.
Yeah.
And I play it for roughly
except
an hour.
For like the terrible, terrible feeling of being on a bike.
Well, that's true. However, like I used to.
That's why you get a recumbent bike, because you're just sitting in like a regular ass chair in that thing.
Yeah. I don't know. Like recumbent bikes, I've never personally liked them.
I don't think it's like that The Simpsons when they do tethered swimming, and Ralph Wiggum is swimming, and you're chained to the wall, and you're swimming away, and he says, "I don't feel right." That's kind of how I feel like when I'm on a recumbent bike, because it doesn't feel right. Because your legs are going like this instead of like this, which is what you're used to.
Yeah.
My thing. With all exercise equipment is like, I don't like lifting weights. You want to know why I don't like lifting weights? I don't like going to the gym.
Yeah.
I actually am fine with lifting weights. I don't like going to the gym. And I don't live in an apartment big enough to have but maybe one piece of kind of small exercise equipment. Because I have to have this keyboard over here that I sometimes play music with. And I have to have a TV, and I have to have another TV in my living room. And it's like, I'm out of room. I can only have one thing. What is that one thing? And I'm like, well, I could play my Nintendo Switch while I ride a bike, because I couldn't do it on an elliptical, and I couldn't really do it on like any type of machine, like a Bowflex or any weird shit like that. So thinking about either getting some kind of exercise, either upright or recumbent bike.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, this is all like up against the idea of having a kegerator. And I think it's like 165 glasses of beer in one keg or something like that. And like mathematically, that comes out to a little over $1 for a glass of beer.
It's not like a full size keg, right? Like a kegerator is usually like a quarter barrel, I think.
It's a full. The one I'm looking at, the $700 one I'm looking at, will hold a full keg. Yes.
Okay. So I guess the trade off for me would be for not even factoring in the bike, because I'm not getting a fucking bike. Whether or not I'm going to get a kegerator is like, do I want to be married to one kind of beer for that long, or should I just get a fridge and then fill it with lots of kinds of beer?
Right. And so that's the thing with me is a little different. And that's what most people say is like, oh, I don't want to be married to a kind of beer. Me personally, I drink NASCAR beer. Right now I have 2 cases of Miller Lite in my fridge. I would happily continue buying either Miller or Pabst or Coors Banquet or whatever NASCAR fucking like redneck ass Talladega 500 beer that I can get my hands on into perpetuity. I like good beer, I really do. But I would be fine drinking the same kind of beer and you think about 165 glasses of beer. That comes out to, if you're drinking 3 glasses a day, that comes out to about 2 months. Could I be married to a beer? Yes, I could. I'm okay with that. 2 months is, now if you said a year, I would be like, nah, I don't know if I could sign up for a year, but 2 months, I could do 2 months on the same, especially because it doesn't stop me from getting like singles from the liquor store or whatever of a different kind of beer I want.
And it doesn't stop you from,
cheaper.
if you're feeling spicy, like dropping a shot of whiskey in your beer.
Right. And another thing is like, sometimes I'll go to the liquor store and they'll have like singles of like, for example, Bell's Hop Slam, which is my favorite IPA. They'll have singles of Bell Hop Slam for, like $2. But I never want to buy a single because I want to buy, at least a 6-pack to take home. But if I've got a keg at home that I can I could have my Bell's Hop Slam and then get drunk off the keg. That's kind of like a win-win scenario, right? Because then I can have my variety, but if I actually want to transfer the drinking beer into getting drunk, I can just lean on my keg.
So you could just get like a mixed 6-pack, and that's 6 days of adventure where like your first beer is something new and exciting, and then after that you just go back to the keg.
Exactly, especially because I like to drink beer with dinner. I don't care if my beer is different with dinner. So like if I'm having lunch and I'm having brats or whatever, and I have a glass of, whatever I happen to get, don't care. And then after that, as like a dessert, my second beer could be like the adventurous thing, So that, and then if I want to say, I've had 2, do I want to transition into this day being yet another like 40th day in a row of being drunk? Then I'll just lean on the keg. So the one other thing that's like driving me towards kegerator is there's a local brewery near me. They're called Mothers. I don't know if they get as far as Wisconsin. I think they're mostly just right around the Ozarks area. They are, but they supply a lot of local bars. Like basically every local bar has a Mothers on tap. And their lager is called Step Dude, and I love that. But they aren't selling kegs to bars right now because bars are closed. So they have really, really good deals on kegs right now. Like a full keg of their Step Dude lager, I think, is like $160, which is ridiculously good. That's less than $1 per 12 ounce in a keg form. So that's 2 months of beer that I could just have cold and on tap for less than $1 per glass, and that's pretty crazy. Mm-hmm. So I've been really thinking about get the kegerator, get a pint, or not a pint, get a keg, full keg from the local brewery and be good for a couple months. And that should be at least enough to the point where like the coronavirus has, started to wear down a bit, hopefully, depending on how Missouri decides to navigate this whole piece of shit. And then I can go to the liquor store again, buy some singles, get interesting beers, and live off that. And then at that point in my life, I will have a kegerator.
Yeah, you still have a kegerator.
So here's my question, not knowing like the fluid physics and stuff involved. Will the beer stay relatively like the same over 2 months of like or will it eventually like lose carbonation, or
so
do kegs do
the
that?
Thing is, I think I could be totally wrong about this because I don't really know. The full kegs are not really carbonated in the sense that like they're carbonated naturally in the way that like old timey beers were. Yeah, just from the pressure and the carbon created
from
by the
yeast farts.
But the actual carbonation that comes from most taps actually is from a CO2 canister.
Oh, and so, it's a separate thing.
So,
okay.
Yeah, so the kegerators come with a like a place to like hook up a CO2 canister. So if you didn't have a CO2 canister, I'm not sure how well it would tap, but it wouldn't be very bubbly. It'd be pretty. Not, I wouldn't say flat, but it wouldn't have much going on with it. Mm-hmm. But the CO2 I think makes it so that it's always fizzy. And from what I've read, you can get about a few months out of a keg before it starts to be not fresh. anymore. And it's still good. It's not like it's rotten or anything. It's just not as fresh. And I know that I can kill a keg because I'm me. So
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
the specific one that I'm looking at, if you're interested at all, is a if I can find it. The brand is Edge Star.
Edgelord.
Yeah,
Edgelord Star.
Yeah,
Edge Master.
Okay. Edge Star. Or is the KC3000 single tap kegerator that it's 24 inches wide, and it'll hold a full keg. It'll also hold like various amounts of like pony kegs and 6 kegs and all that kind of stuff. It's got variable temperature on it. I think down to 32 degrees Fahrenheit. I believe it comes with a CO2 cartridge, and you can mount it. And it holds oversized kegs, which is not something that my local brewery does, but a lot of like craft breweries will do oversized kegs. But there's the kegerator.com. So what I learned was that Kegerator is kind of a not brand name exactly. It's just keg refrigerator mixed together, and there's a few different brands that sell products they call Kegerators. I thought that there would be obviously knockoffs, but there would be a brand called a Kegerator. But as far as I can tell, there's not. So Kegerator.com has a lot of different like types of Kegerators and comparisons with them. This one has a lot of good reviews. It comes in black. It's at $680. But for an extra $30, you can get it in stainless steel. And at the point where it's $30 for the stainless steel, I'm just going to get the stainless steel because it's $30 and it looks cooler. Come on.
Yeah.
So I'm really thinking about that, and it's $10 more than the exercise bike. So like, because they're right next to price and everything, I'm just like, man, it's really chaotic evil and lawful good. Like, am I gonna be the person who has a kegerator in his single bedroom apartment? Or am I going to be the person who has an exercise bike in his single bedroom apartment? Those are two different Spankies that I've yet to
meet.
Mm.
Yeah, I could see the branching off of that becoming two very different people. I think you should get the kegerator. If not, for nothing else, it would be better podcast content.
So I think what you should do is go on Schwinn.com or NordicTrack.com and just get financing.
Well, the thing is both of these items are sold through Amazon, and I have an Amazon Prime credit card that has interest-free financing up to 12 months on just over $500.
Yeah,
so I can find either
and that's
one.
basically like it's free then. So
you just got to pay per month. Yeah, but like when you have like, because like a lot of these places, I'm looking at NordicTrack.com. They have some bikes, and they have $1,000 recumbent bike that they have 18-month special financing, no interest if paid in full in the first 18 months. Got it.
Yep.
Which is fine. Minimum monthly payments, but the minimum monthly payments will not pay off the balance. Obviously, you need to pay more. That's what the difference is.
But if I finance a kegerator, I'm looking at a $50 a month payment for no interest. Same thing, pretty much the same thing for a bike. Like, so even if I finance either of them, like both of them have the same amount of me being able to finance. Now, if I could only finance one, it would be different, but I'm totally within my capabilities to do both.
The insane part about this, though, is that it is no interest paid in full at the 18 months, but the interest rate is 30%.
Yeah,
which is insane.
A lot of those special financing things will absolutely fuck you
if you don't pay it off.
So, like, I got my washing machine and dryer from Rent-A-Center.
Yeah,
and they had it labeled wrong, so I pounced. Basically, it was a Samsung, I think $1,400 set washer and dryer that was labeled as a Whirlpool $900 set. So I was like, I want this. And they're like, that one? I'm like, yes, I want these two for $900. Can you do that? And they're like, yes. So they did all the paperwork, got to the final step. I'm like, oh, it's actually $1,400. I'm like, I just signed everything for $900. So I got the manager to come out, and they're like, all right, we can't do 9, but we'll do 12. I'm like, you got it. So I saved $200 on my washer and dryer. So that was pretty cool. But I did I think 6-month financing on them. And so whatever that is, $200 a month for 6 months, something like that. But I'm pretty sure Rent-A-Center was like, yeah, you can do the 6-month financing, and we'll do repairs for the 6 months. You know, basically they will take care of any repairs or whatever within the 6 months. If you don't have it paid off within 6 months, you are fucked. It was like 40% interest or some crazy shit like that.
Huh. Yeah, that's how they get you. I mean, it's difficult. This is really difficult to like get a bike for me because looking at these like reviews, here we go. Best or common bike for a tall person, says spinbikeexpert.net. User height for that Schwinn 270, 5 foot to 6'3" recommended. So I'd probably be too tall for it. That's unfortunate.
Could you get your legs shortened?
Yeah, sick. Can't you just chop off a little bit?
I don't know if that can work.
Come back down to the regular people size?
Yeah, like human size?
Oh, this Nautilus recumbent bike, it says it's best for larger users. It's only $600. I know that company. Nautilus, they make a lot of workout equipment.
I feel like I have a Nautilus umbrella.
Anyway, I need to look into this off the podcast because I could spend hours.
I feel like I have a Nautilus chambered sea organism.
That is a thing you could have, yes. But anyway, I think the cool thing about bikes now, though, is that they all come with like a fucking screen that has like a tablet holder on them. And that's like the key, because I have, my iPad, or you could put the Switch in that and have the controllers out and just play some games. Because
not mine.
That seems like a reason why I would actually like play, and I could like tie a game to that, and say I'm only going to play this fucking, Final Fantasy 7 or 10 or whatever I have on my Switch only when I'm working out. So it gives me an incentive to work out, because it's like, well, I'd like to play more, but I have to be on the bike to do it. And I've done that with I did that with Disgaea 5 for a while when I used to go, and that was cool, but then I just stopped going to the gym.
That game's like 3,600 hours.
Yeah, exactly. They never run out of content. So I don't know. But that's a good point, Spanky. It gives me a lot to think about. I definitely am not getting a kegerator because I don't drink beer as much as you do. So a 6-pack every week is enough for me.
I couldn't do a full keg. Like
you could, you could.
I would get so sick for that. I could do a quarter barrel or something.
But the thing about a kegerator is, Matt, you can get a full keg, or you can get
a quarter barrel,
or you can get 3 6th barrel kegs of 3 different types of beer, and you can tap each one like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
Oh, no. So what I'll do to go, for maximum douche is there's these refrigerators that we used to sell at Full Compass that look like a Marshall lamp. I'll get one of those and convert it into a keg.
Yeah. There you go.
Kegerator. Well, honestly, looking at all the kegerators they sold, they're just refrigerators that have been converted. And they actually sell the unconverted refrigerator.
But the thing is, this is I think it was like a $600 mini fridge, because it just happens to have Marshall branding on it.
That's crazy.
Okay. Well, let's get back to our topic of
Before we finish fitness.
What's positive about okay. Before we finish
fitness, it's game time, boys. Price is Right.
All right. Okay. Price is Right.
I've
that's not the right. How about this one? I don't know where it is. I have the Price is Right thing somewhere. It doesn't matter. It's too late.
I have pulled up the most
we'll never hear it.
Confirmed sale, new in box of Ring Fit Adventure. Including shipping. This is right rules, so closest without going.
Somebody was playing sounds while you were talking. Did you say what did you have?
It's confirmed sale,
Okay.
The most recent confirmed sale, new in box Ring Fit Adventure. That's the
okay.
Regular retail price is $80 on this.
Regular
We're looking at
retail,
eBay price.
Mm-hmm.
And is this a starting bid or a buy it now price?
This is buy it now, but I'm going to include shipping.
Okay.
Even ones that were bid usually are around this price, but I'm doing this one particular listing.
I'm going to say $249.
I'm going to say $389.99.
$400, Bob.
All right, you've all gone over. Rebid.
Okay. What was the lowest bid?
The highest bid was $249.99. So
I'm gonna say fine. I'm gonna say $200.
$189.99. I'll just keep the $89.99 bullshit.
There you go.
201.
Matt, you asshole! This is why Price is Right rules suck, because the last person could just fuck someone.
Price is Right rules do suck, and Matt does take the victory here because John was so close with his first one.
Oh, is it? It's like 248.
It's 243.45.
Okay, so I won because I was $6 off.
No, you were over.
Matt was just $47 off.
It's the rule is you were.
No, Price is Right rules exist because they need to have a winner quickly. And
Yes.
that's why it's dumb. It should just be who's closest. So anyway, you were talking close to $250 for Ring Fit. That was normally $80. Yeah.
Yeah, eBay specifically says trending at $250. So, and
like I wanted this for Christmas, and my wife didn't buy it for me, and
My
now you
wife.
can't get it.
now,
you guys remember
weirdly enough,
Borat?
when I was doing
Funniest shit I've ever seen.
Oh my God, that guy turns himself into a Middle Eastern Russian guy and says a bunch of stuff in an accent. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen.
He's from Kazakhstan, actually.
Yeah.
That's
that's
Middle
kind of
Asia.
Middle Eastern Russia. It was
it's
a
on
Soviet
the border
bloc
of Russia and Middle Eastern.
country.
Now, I don't know
Is
if the
Turkey
game
in the Middle East? Because that's close.
I think
Okay,
you'd consider it. Never
I
mind.
just thought of a question that I don't
just
think
Asian.
anybody has the answer to. We all know, of course, American history. Ben Franklin wanted the turkey to be our national bird because it's a bird that only exists in North America. Where the fuck did the name for the country Turkey come from?
That's a great question.
Matt,
Why they changed it, I can't say. People just liked it better that way.
You've just exposed the simulation.
Just think.
Yeah,
on
why
that.
is it called Turkey? What the balls? Wait. I've got it.
French turkey.
Is
No,
it like
the
a weird
Europeans called the-
Anglicization? Fuck.
I think it is just because it's just a bastardization. So the Europeans called the Ottoman Empire Turkey because the area, Anatolia, had been taken over by the Turkic people from Central Asia who called themselves the Turks.
Oh, it's a Turk
So
thing.
it's
Okay,
Turkey.
that makes sense.
And the bird in the U.S. was called the turkey just because that's what they called it.
They almost called it Turkland, but then they were like, "We'll have to offer affordable beer and jeans and home supplies."
Here you go. I've got a better. It's actually related to the country Turkey, is why the turkey is called Turkey.
All right, but
Okay.
that's nobody's business but the Turks.
European settlers in the Americas found a similar but quite different bird than the bird that they already knew, popularized in Britain by the Levant Company under the name of the place they found it, Turkey. So there is a very Turkey-looking bird that lives in native Turkey country.
There is another melty-faced asshole
moment,
bird.
Yes.
Can we, for a very brief moment, talk about the phrase "similar but very different"?
So to understand that phrase, you have to get your mindset into the early European explorers mindset, where you're like, "Hey, you guys are from India, right? No, we're from this place, which is a completely different kind of." Go, well, whatever is close enough.
I think what it's saying is that this bird is similar in the way that it looks, but it is altogether a different species.
What's the other bird called though? It's not turkey.
It's the bird found in Turkey is from the family Numenidae, and then America's is from the bird.
That'll
family
never fly in Hollywood. You're gonna have to
Fassinidae.
change that.
In Turkey, it's the guinea fowl named the Indian bird.
Oh, guinea fowl. I've had that.
Yeah.
It's
The
delicious.
Indian bird.
So it's similar to a turkey. It was misidentified as the turkey bird, and it's actually not. It's completely native to the U.S. only. So it just looks somewhat similar. And they're like,
So
it's a fucking
So
it's
the
a turkey.
turkey bird is actually called the India bird,
Yeah.
the Indian bird. And then
Really?
we found a bird in America, and we're like, that's like the one from Turkey. It's a turkey bird.
It's a turkey.
It's a turkey.
It's because we're stupid.
Yeah.
That's why it's
fucking
called that.
God. Like all of our shit that's named after other shit, like New York. It's just like, hey, I got to this place. What should I call it? I don't know. I was from York, but fucking this is a new one, I guess.
My
Hey,
favorite.
even old New
New
York was once New Amsterdam. How
My
many more
favorite-
fucking They Might Be Giants quotes can I get into this segment?
My favorite part about that
All of them.
entire situation is Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Newfoundland. That's what we're calling it. Like,
Yeah.
what? That'd be like, oh, we're calling this place. Oh, it's the place.
Yeah.
That's what we're calling it.
Did you guys hear the tale of why it's called Canada?
Why?
And not the joke, because I have.
I know the
What's the
joke
joke?
one.
What's the joke?
CANADA.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
They threw a bunch of consonants in a hat and they pulled them out.
Got it.
Yeah. But no, the natives of the area were like, some explorers saw them and they're like, hey, what do you call this place? The natives are just like, in their language, they're like, well, this is just our village, so we call it village, but in their language, it's Kanata.
God,
so
that's
it's just
fucking
like,
awesome.
Canada.
That's good.
So the thing about Newfoundland
Oh,
is
God.
that
They have some real fluffy dogs.
they do. They're very
do.
good
They're
dogs.
great dogs.
After Europeans settle, okay, so basically after Leif Erikson in the 11th century, who was one of the first people to actually discover America, go fuck yourself, Christopher Columbus.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck off, Chris
He
Columbus.
called it Vinland. I don't.
That's the anime.
Vinland Saga.
Vineland?
I believe.
Were there vines?
I believe it's after wine. I couldn't.
Which are
It's
on vines.
basically grapevines and wine. So Vinland is what he called it. But whenever the Portuguese came here, they're like, we've discovered Terra Nova, which sounds really cool in Latin.
Yeah, it
And-
was an alright TV series for like a year, but it wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Terra Nova just means New Earth.
Yes, that's what it means. So
They're
when they
just-
put that bitch into English, they're like new found land, Newfoundland.
We feel like, isn't it Portuguese is such a weird language because it's just basically weird Spanish.
I mean, it's all Spanish, Portuguese, and Italian are all weird Latin.
I like
French,
to call.
too.
I like to
French is
call.
weird, sexy Latin.
Yeah, I like to call Portuguese. It's just French Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they took Spanish but added a little bit of French to it.
Put a little
They're like,
extra
let's make it a little
sauce on it.
saucier.
Sauce.
Yeah, and it's
I
weird
hate-
how British is just like speech impediment English.
This is a complete argument and thing related to my job, but I hate Portuguese because South America is like, hey, we speak Spanish, but it's Portuguese though sometimes, and it's annoying when you're trying.
And
to
it's
handle
also
it.
not at all like European Portuguese.
Oh no, it's completely
Oh,
different.
really?
So
The South
there's
American Portuguese?
Brazil? No, it's not South American. It's Brazil Portuguese. It's
Brazilian.
different
Oh,
than everything
okay.
else. Yeah, it's not completely different, but I've done translations and had people from Brazil have to do the translation because if
I
you
only
do
know-
to Portuguese, it's not the same.
I only know one word in Portuguese, or Brazilian Portuguese specifically, and that's HUE. That's how they type laughing.
Oh yeah. Hoi, hoi, hoi.
Yeah.
It's
I know
if you
a
read
bunch of
it
words.
phonetically, it sounds like what's his
Hugh.
name? Seth Rogen.
I like I know a lot of Brazilian words. We've got
Tell us
Rio
the
de
dirty
Janeiro,
ones.
Brazil. What are some other words I know?
Carnival.
Rio de Janeiro stands for River of Janeiro.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, why are we talking
And
about
I think
this?
Janeiro
Because we
is
can't
just
visit anywhere.
Gene.
We're trapped in our homes.
Yeah.
I'm
And my
tired.
graphics card's broke, so I can't visit places in virtual reality.
Oh my god, it's. I want to find out what Rio de Janeiro actually stands for.
It's River of Gene. You know that kid from Bob's Burgers?
Oh
Yeah.
Did you know that San
I'm just trying to
Diego
get translation.
means Saint Diego?
Saint Diego.
Okay, here we go. I put Portuguese in to Google Translate. Rio de Janeiro translates to English to Rio de Janeiro.
Okay.
God damn it, Google.
You're gonna
No,
have
okay,
to,
so the actual name is the
Rio.
River of January. That's what it is. River of January. Because it was
an arrow.
discovered in January 1502.
That's
Is the
a
river.
fucking
Dude, I'm
stupid
Spanky of
reason for
June.
name.
I'm Spanky of June. What's up, guys?
I'm John of October.
I'm May of May.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
snap.
mad of August.
Yeah, you didn't realize, but you were actually insulting TJ this entire time.
Oh, shit. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, TJ.
I came up with this when I was 13 years old.
Can we get back to talking about COVID?
Wait,
No.
TJ, did you have any more Price's writing?
No.
Okay.
I just wanted to do the ring fit. We're good.
Okay, now we can talk about depressing shit. Go ahead, John.
No, this isn't depressing because I want to talk about good things.
Okay, but I'm
About
going to make
COVID.
it
We
less
talked-
depressing with happy music.
Okay. Millions will die. Oh, wait.
I hope so.
No, so no, I wanted to talk about COVID-19 because there was a report that came out yesterday. So this is my little science quarter.
Science.
Remdesivir, the Gilead Sciences treatment, an antiviral drug for COVID-19. They had an initial clinical trial in Chicago that showed a extremely good response to this drug with the patients that took the dosing of remdesivir. I don't even know how to pronounce this. I just wanted to read a little bit about this study. So they did some clinical trials in China as well. But the original, here we go. Here's the study. Clinicaltrials.gov. This is the big one. I gotta look up an actual article about this because Gilead Sites just goes to the actual like government study page that's the full thing because they're doing a larger study based on this initial one, but the initial, I want to talk about the original test. Here we go. University of Chicago Medicine recruited 125 people with COVID-19 into their phase 3 clinical trial. Of these people, 113 had severe disease. These are people that were on oxygen to survive. They said that there were 2 patients that passed away that were given this thing with almost all 125 recovering fully by the time it was published on Friday. Again, this is an initial study. It's only 133 people, but when you do something and there's no control group, what you need for science. I mean, this could just be the University of Chicago is just a good place, or just 113 people with severe disease just got better.
Don't underestimate the power of the placebo effect. Our minds, when being told we're given something that's going to help us, will sometimes just help us.
But they did talk about the differences. They can compare it a bit. So there were people that got this and people that didn't. And the people that got this, they were able to get off oxygen a lot faster. It seems to speed up recovery compared to not. So it's difficult. Again, they don't have that. But this was one of the drug trials that they thought about as being very promising. I think it was originally developed to fight Ebola, if but didn't work quite as well against Ebola. So, but they're expanding the study to include thousands of people, and it really does sound like. I mean, there's just a guy who was a factory worker in Chicago, who's 57, male, one of the high risk groups, a male over 50, who was basically, struggling to breathe, fever of 104, on supplemental oxygen. He started taking the infusion, and he was out of the hospital 3 days later. So, I mean, it does work. I mean, this is anecdotal, but it does sound like there is, and this is being published in the New England Journal of Medicine. So it sounds like there's a chance for treatment. And the great part about this is Gilead. Do you know Gilead, the drug company? That's the drug company that tried to, was it Truvada was the HIV pill that they did? I gotta look this up. I want to slander them, but I've got to get it correct here. The Gilead Truvada lawsuit.
It's also the name of the Republican city state in Handmaid's Tale.
Well, anyway, they had some issues with the HIV drug Truvada, and I believe they had pushed really hard on patents on that, and were sued, basically. And so I don't remember exactly, but they got into a lot of trouble over a patent on a drug. And so this drug, remdesivir, was originally going to be they were going to file with the FDA to get exclusive rights to it like a couple years ago. But because of that whole hullabaloo, they dropped it because it seemed like a bad PR move. And so this drug, I believe, can be created by any drug company. So there isn't going to be one company that is going to have a hold on it. Although their stock prices shot up like crazy on Friday. So sounds like
capitalism.
Yeah, that's how it works. But that's the good part about capitalism, is that if you do create a drug that saves people's lives, you do get paid for it. At least that's the incentive to make drugs like this, even when they can't be used. They find a use now. So it's possible. It really could be great. And that is an awesome situation where maybe we can start getting outside, because if you get sick, you can go to the hospital and get an infusion of this, and then you don't die. And then you're immune, and then maybe we can get past this. Or we could just have, testing, nationwide, so that, people can
or
know
that, those social tracing apps or whatever that Google and Apple and stuff are trying to develop, to be like, hey, here's some anonymized data, and we've used it to determine that you've encountered somebody who is now tested positive. So now you have to go get tested.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what a lot of other countries are doing. So, but I just wanted to bring that news because it's hopeful. We've got a treatment that looks like it could be good, and they're going to expand testing. So maybe we'll have something to tide us over until we do have a true vaccine. If a vaccine can even be made for this, because, like the common cold, there's no vaccine, and that could be a coronavirus.
Well, my understanding is that the way that coronavirus has been mutating, it's not like the way that the cold or flu mutates. Yeah, so it's a lot easier to, if we do get a vaccine, it seems more like it'll be like a permanent vaccine. Yeah, they said they tracked so far, I think, something under 12 total mutations of this virus over that period, where they said the common cold virus throughout a season can mutate 20 or 30 times. Yeah. So it's not nearly as quickly evolving as those drugs. And the flu mutates in such a way where it's like the game Cooties, where you can like swap out whole pieces. But this mutates more in a way where, like, this is a slightly different shade of purple now. Yeah, it's more like polio, where like polio does mutate, but it mutates in a way that if your body can fight off one polio virus, it's basically good. Yeah, it becomes like a super like genetically engineered crazy thing. But so how do I get my body to fight off polio? Marco, you don't want to. You get Marco in there. Shit.
Can we talk about games again then? Because I had another thing I wanted to bring
That
up.
would be nice.
Okay, I don't like them. That's my input.
So,
I like one.
TJ, you talked about Ring Fit Adventure, huh?
Yep.
What about buying a Nintendo Switch? How impossible is that?
Good luck.
All right.
Yeah.
So, I'll tell you. Do you want to know why you can't buy a Nintendo Switch? So, Vice Motherboard had a news article where they talked with some people about this, but it sounds like that because of the global coronavirus pandemic, there's a lot of price gouging happening, with Switches selling for hundreds of dollars over the recommended retail price. So, just like any money-making opportunity in online shopping, many of these resellers aren't just stumbling into in-demand product of choice. No, what they're doing is creating and developing dedicated tools to automatically buy Switches when they become in stock online in stores. So there is a Discord group that was created where users share tips on how to use this tool. It's a free open source software. It's called Birdbuyer. What is it called? Birdbot. Thank you. Birdbot. This is the article. And it was originally built to buy sneakers. Because if you know the high-end sneaker sales market, they have limited version or amounts of sneakers, and you want to get in there quick and buy them. And so they have turned this into a Nintendo Switch buying algorithm that searches sites and automatically purchases Switches when they become in stock. And eBay's got them selling for around $500 to $750 for the Animal Crossing bundle. When they're typically 300 or 360, respectively. People are just exploiting the pandemic to make a buck, because that's how capitalism works, huh?
Yeah, it ain't great.
Anyway, there are some people saying that the best way to do this right now is, you can use the online shopping software, but one of the best ways is because people are just lazy. Is you can just use BrickSeek and say, hey, the Walmart nearby has got them in stock, and just go buy them and then go on Amazon and sell them, because people don't want to go to Walmart right now. So I guess I got to give credit for that, right? I mean, those people are going out into the world where they could get sick and buying Switches and then turning for profit. So I guess they're making money that way. That one, I don't feel as bad about that kind of reselling, because it's like, well, you're physically going through the effort to go find these and then make them easier to find online by selling them on Amazon. But the automatic bot buying and reselling is just so fucking shady. It's like this fucking tumor of an economy built on the side of like a regular, consumer economy. And Amazon's cool with it,
Hell yeah, Bezos don't have no fucking mind. Like
unless it's medical supplies, then they won't let you do it. But
because there's actual laws against that.
Yes.
It's like if they're not legally responsible, they don't give a fuck.
That's like probably one of the things that, I mean, Amazon is so fucking huge, it's never going to die. But one of the things that drives me away from buying things on Amazon is now I can't rely on Amazon having something in stock for the regular price.
Honestly, like there was a period of time, like around 2010, where Amazon really did, like the marketplace on Amazon wasn't as like shady and god awful as it is now. Where it's like, if something was on Amazon, it was probably sold by Amazon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were a retailer for whatever product it was. Like, if you're buying a Nintendo Switch, it was just Amazon selling the Switch, and they got the Switch from Nintendo. And now it's like, Johnny's Cool Game Store, Amazon Marketplace, new condition, Amazon Switch for $800 and shit. But it still just looks like an Amazon list. And I used to hate Walmart.com, and I still do, because Walmart, grocery.walmart.
It does the same thing.
Whenever I'm looking for something on Walmart.com, I'm looking to see if it's in stock at my local store, and it's fucking impossible to figure out.
Yeah. Now, they do have a new site, grocery.walmart.com, which is good for if you're getting groceries from your local store, because it's basically that they don't have the marketplace stuff on that, but it's only for grocery. If you want to know if your store has like blank DVD plus R's in stock, good fucking luck ever figuring that out. That's why BrickSeek probably exists mostly, is because they use the Walmart API to actually see that information that doesn't get the marketplace.
Yeah. They're sold out on Best Buy as well. You still can't get a Switch if you wanted one. It's just shitty. Like it's because of capitalism this exists.
Yep.
Because somebody was like, hey, we can make a buck on some inefficiency in this system and game it. It's the same shit with people that buy, thousands of tickets from Ticketmaster and then resell them. It's just bullshit.
God. I hope this. If there's one thing I hope this pandemic kills, it's fucking Ticketmaster.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, it's just a nightmare.
What sucks is that the only thing I ever do on Ticketmaster really is get tickets to Kansas City Chiefs games, because most of the events in Springfield, they're either at the Gilloy's, which is a nonprofit theater, so they sell everything through their website, or it's through the university, which also sells everything through its website because it's a university thing. So anything locally, I usually can get tickets without even have to worry about Ticketmaster. Going to a Kansas City Chiefs game is like, am I going to get fucked over by Ticketmaster's policy, or am I going to get fucked over by a reseller on Ticketmaster? That's pretty much your options.
I really wish that there was a way on Amazon for you to set it to only show you results from Amazon.
There is, if you go to filters, and there's one filter called sold by, and you have to choose Amazon.com.
Where do can you change that in your account wide?
No, you have to do it per search.
For every search, that's fucking stupid.
Yep. And sometimes it doesn't even show up on the left sidebar of like filters. You have to manually do like an advanced search to do it.
Well, and the worst part too is that they got that, Prime, I can click Prime.
Yeah.
But that doesn't do it.
No.
Because you can sell Prime, that.
Yeah, the things that are sold on Amazon Prime are like, well, they used to be guaranteed 2 day. That's different now. But the private seller stuff can be sold on Prime. It's free shipping whenever the fuck they get it to you.
Yeah, It's bullshit. It looks like it's difficult for you to even get any console right now. Video games selling out because they're not making them, I guess. And I mean, I'm looking at options, but they're all not. Oh, here's one through Amazon. The Xbox One S, 1 terabyte with 2 controllers for $350, which is the normal price. So, anyway, it's just kind of bullshit that you can't get a Switch right now because it's been probably the number one thing I've been doing. I've been playing my Switch a lot more lately.
Me too. Yeah,
but
especially
Amazon
with Animal Crossing being out now.
Yeah, Amazon the Switch Lites are going for $260 to $300, and the regular Switch, they have the Mario Kart bundle is not even available, but they have the Super Mario Odyssey bundle, $640, which is, I think, $340 more than it costs. Because I think they were making those just $300 for a while.
I think so.
At the most, $360.
It's a limited edition system, though.
Is it? Oh, does it have additional, like... Oh, yeah, it has the controllers. Red controllers, the Mario, and it has the carrying case. But anyway, regardless, you can get that from Goldline for $640 with $7 shipping. They got 14 in stock. That guy fucking bought 14 of them and is now gouging everyone because capitalism.
Yay, capitalism.
He's just trying to make an honest living.
There's no such thing as ethical consumption under capitalism, but that doesn't excuse you being as unethical as humanly possible.
Let's look at some reviews from Goldline here. Here's one from April 18th, so today. Deceptive company that will sell you refurbished knockoff items in order to make a quick buck during this pandemic. I bought a new Nintendo dock set. What I received was an open Switch box with questionable components in it. Their lifetime ratings 96. The last 90 days, 83%. So it sounds like they've been a little bit shadier lately. At least at the very least, Amazon does allow you to look at the feedback reviews for these third-party sellers.
One thing that I learned is
if it's not 98%, I am not even going to trust them.
Yeah, one of the things I've learned is that a lot of like resellers, what they'll do is they will buy something cheap, like let's say you're talking about Nintendo stuff. They will buy like the wristband for the Joy-Cons direct from Nintendo, like name brand stuff, and sell them at a loss, so that people will leave 5-star reviews and say, perfect Nintendo brand product for less than Nintendo charges. And they're losing about $1, $2 every time because all the people are doing is sort by lowest price. And it has the Nintendo logo on it. So they're getting a flood of like, hey, save $2 off Nintendo, but it's the real deal. So they have like a huge influx of like 100% rating. And then on the expensive stuff they sell, it's complete knockoff garbage. So that if someone does say, oh, I this got the wrong thing, 1 star, it doesn't impact their total because they're selling bukus of like cheapo stuff that they're taking a loss.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of resellers, I'll sometimes get this too, is they'll send you an email saying, hey, please give me seller feedback. It's important to me. And I'll give you a coupon if you leave seller feedback.
Yeah.
You know? And so they're just trying to get people. I mean, not that that's wrong, because the companies that I've done that have asked for me to give them feedback has been good. Mm-hmm. You know, like it's like, oh, I got this weird organic, shampoo off them. They're like, please give us a review so that more people buy this. And I'm like, okay, it was good. Thanks. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. I think we're like out of time here, right? It's been over 2 hours.
Yeah, it's been about 2 hours.
2 hours since we started. So, wow, that was a good episode. It's like we're all awake except for TJ. And
yeah, I fell asleep for like a good 10 minutes during that.
I know you did.
TJ's on some weird time change shit.
Why are you on some weird time change shit?
Because the rest of Upper Peninsula is an Eastern time zone. So I was training in Eastern time zone.
Really?
Yeah.
The parts that are directly north of Wisconsin are in Eastern.
Well, yeah, but the Earth is a globe, so if you go north, you actually
No.
direction.
The Earth is a disc.
No, it's flat.
No, it's actually just a square.
It's a disc, and it's also somehow hollow.
No, it's just on a supercomputer.
It's because whenever you go toward the edge of the disc and it's spinning so fast, it turns you back into the middle. That's how there's no end to the world.
TJ wanted to bring up a prop, I'm assuming here, or did he just have to go over there?
No, I was being screamed at from across the house.
Oh.
For what? For bringing COVID into the house?
Basically.
Okay. I am John_Danger on Twitter.com.
I'm Matt Haig. You can find me at hemsworthfeet.world. That's where I stream generally World of Warcraft.
That's the first time I think we've said that this entire episode.
We made it!
Yeah.
We did it, boys!
Finally, a no World of Warcraft episode for the first time.
I was going to bring it up, but
shut up! Don't let us slip out. If we keep talking about this, it's going to slip out.
All right, so ZG was launched. So
shut up! Shut up!
How
do I mute John? Go ahead, TJ.
At MayofMay84 on Twitter. Let's just leave it at that. That's TJ, whatever.
Mm-hmm. And I'm Spanky. I bought HemsworthFeet.world. That's gonna go on my tombstone. So
we'll make sure that happens.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye, everyone. I love you.
Imagine all the people living.
Freaked your bean?
Did it tell you how much money you're gonna win or inherit?
No.
Look at this. Look at this on my map. Platinum deposit.
Get it. Go get it.
I can't. There's fucking Patchwork Guardians.
Can't you just like fucking bubble?
I don't know if it'll last long enough.
Fuck.
I kind of want to try it though. Let's see.
You better believe it works, buddy.
Hell yeah, baby!
Solve
no!
That.
Oh my god! No!
That was awesome!
Oh my god. Alright, that was crazy.
Freedom, and then nope.
Got fucking hooked! This is about meat hooked me, but I did get that platinum ore though. I don't know how much it sells for, but I can sell it at the vendor for 1 copper. That's another thing, is that like in retail, all of the trade materials don't vendor for shit, because it's like you have to sell them on the auction house, which means that there's always materials available. No one bothers vendoring them. That's kind of... Come on. Just
but the economy is just like Zimbabwe dollars, where everything's like 5 million things, right?
Yes.
So did they like retool quest rewards at like lower levels to match up the crazy economy, or you just gotta like keep going? I guess if you boost all the way to like 120, it doesn't really matter as much.
You level pretty quickly though.
Yeah.
Well, especially now because they have the double leveling until Tuesday. I got up to 120 though.
Look what I made today. It's a very tiny synthesizer.
Thanks.
That's really cool. I've seen one of those before. I think.
Yeah, it's the Look Mom No Computer design. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's cool.
I'm gonna make like 6 or 8 of these and shove them in a box the size of just like a guitar pedal like that. Because I need a sound source to test shit with.
Adding a couple things in to talk about. I am going to go on to Twitch now.
Roll an ad.
That's fine. Oh, great. Now I can't get the levels.
It'll just be that. But that'll turn off pre-roll ads for 20 minutes, and then there'll be a lower barrier to entry, and then more people
I'm going to click on all the ads.
I don't think that's how it works.
Click on all the ads. Click on all the ads.
So I can look at my stream, my channel analytics, and it says I've made 33 cents from ads, but like I don't know what them. I guess it just means that when I click show an ad, it's not showing it to a ton of people.
I guess.
I don't know.
All right, I'm almost done with the pre-roll ad.
Do I have to like refresh to hit pre-roll ad? Because I was already on it. No, it's not doing anything.
Yeah, if it's not showing... Yeah, I just hit run an ad, and it probably didn't even show an ad for you.
Okay, I yawned. All right, now let me turn off Discord's volume so I can hear everybody else. Not open sound settings. I do that every time. Gotta open up sound mixer, volume mixer.
Volume mixer,
man. I'm a troublesome representation of Jamaicans as a troll.
Yeah.
It's not that troublesome, I guess. They do.
Well, I don't know. It's weird.
Like fucking dwarves are Scottish and
Taurans are like weird Native American tribe. It's a little bit like ooh.
They appropriate every race.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Recently,
Kulturans are like British London people.
Recently, though, they've gotten like actual Jamaican and African people to play the trolls, though.
Well, so then that's good.
So that's at least a little bit less bad.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna listen. All right, this is John talking at his volume that he's gonna be, and then everyone else.
It's your boy Matt.
TJ.
It's your boy Spanky.
And I'm here too.
TJ's here too.
Spanky. And then there's Matt.
And this is John talking.
This is a really good soundtrack. His
microphone was a mile away from him.
We're doing a good job.
All right. Now TJ talk again, because I didn't hear him.
Okay, I'm speaking like this. Hey, John, can you hear me? Because I'm speaking into the
All right,
mic.
Spanky, go.
Hi, everybody. HemsworthFeet.world coming at you live with Hemsworth
All right,
Feet.
and then Matt.
Hey, everybody.
All right. Levels are all good, and your delay isn't like 6 hours.
Oh, fuck.
So that's good. All right.
Yeah,
like
I don't know what controls
too.
that. It's just magic, I guess.
Do you believe in magic? I'm gonna grab a glass of water because
I'm gonna prepare a special
ginger ale.
Here's my. I'm gonna prepare a special
I'll
sound
be right
cue
back.
for
Play
our,
the pre-roll ad, Matt.
our Corona update. I can only play one once every like 12 minutes, I think. And you
Y'all,
can,
I don't know if I can get naked on stream legally, but like I wanted to, you know how like
you cannot.
So this is one of those. So this is one of those shirts that like has the zipper, but it doesn't go all the way. It's not like a split. It's not like a jacket. It just has the zipper that goes up to the collar.
Yeah.
But this fucking zipper makes a pretty deep V. Whenever you want to zip it all the way.
I think
Like,
the rule is you just
wearing
can't show nips, so you can like deep V it all the way.
Yeah, look at my completely hairless chest. Yeah. That's what the viewers signed up for.
What episode is this again?
420.
389, I think.
Whoa, we're gonna hit 420 episodes eventually, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna get so fucking high. And
What we should do is we
record
should go on hiatus.
the world's
until...
greatest podcast.
No, we should do 420 now because it's 420 April 2020.
Yeah.
So
420,
we should do
2020, 2020, 20.
We should just skip ahead to episode 420 and then go back to 390 next week.
What's the date today?
It's 418.
Oh, so we'd have to record on Monday.
Yeah.
And we'll get... John doesn't like smoking weed, so we'll get him super high, and he'll be really freaked out and uncomfortable. And he'll have a panic attack live on stream, and it'll be great.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Content is
I don't
king.
like smoking weed either, but I can do edibles. That's fine.
I haven't done edibles since like college, but I remember them just completely knocking me on my ass.
That's what I remember mostly too. I like it because basically I don't get the like getting high period of being high that I get with smoking weed. I'm basically all of a sudden blitzed, and that's what I liked about it.
All right.
Well, I feel like edibles were like more of a couch lock kind of thing too. Like you just kind of zoned out instead of like actively having panic attacks and stuff.
You missed it, John. Look how deep this unzip goes on this polo that I have.
Oh dear.
Too hot for Twitch. Bam, 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 bam.
Look at my pasty white hairless chest. Very good.
Ready to get started? Because I want to start with the story before I lose it.
Okay.
All right, let's get started. I'm ready to start.
Let's get it started in here.
Let's get started, huh?
Yep.
Let's get blanket in here. Like, we can't say that.
Oh, I thought you like literally said blanket, and I was confused.
Beep it in here.
Yeah. Let's slow down in here is what they're talking. What they're talking about in music at the end of a phrase, you'll do like a retardando.
Yeah. Matt, how could you say that?
Matt's canceled.
Oh no.
All right.
I'll just go hang out with Gal Gadot and Alan, I guess.
Yeah.